Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our September edition of our Traffic Talk. I'm Jeanne Ingersoll. I'm the Director of Business Development for ShopperTrack Analytics North America. And I am joined yet again, obviously, here with my wonderful buddy, Mr. Grant Gustafson, our Head of Retail Consulting for ShopperTrack Analytics North America. Grant, how is it September? Like, where has the year gone? This is insane.
It's good to be back and happy holidays.
Yeah, right. I know. Happy New Year, pretty much, right? It's that time of year. And, out of all the topics that we cover throughout the entire year, and every month we get together and we're talking about different things and discussing different things that come up in the state of retail, arguably, this is the most exciting information that we share on a continued and consistent annual basis. None other than our predicted top 10 busiest shopping days of the year for the holiday season. We know our customers love this. They sink their teeth into it every single year. Grant, let's get right into it. Can you share with the audience how we come up with these days?
Yeah, so absolutely. We really start by looking at the calendar. We want to try to identify where some of the top days like Black Friday and Christmas fall. This year, Christmas falls on a Thursday for the first time since 2014. We also want to take into consider some recent trends that we've seen. For example, we've seen an increased importance of the weeks leading up to Black Friday and the weeks leading up to Christmas, over the past couple years. So understanding these dates are so critical for retailers, not only to prepare store operations and staffing, but really to help marketing and merchandising drive traffic to their stores during these peak times of year. Historically, the top 10 days represent somewhere between 30 to 40% of a retailer's foot traffic, depending on kind of the year. In last year, we actually predicted all top 10 days correctly with some minor changes in order.
Oh, yeah. So starting with the calendar, looking at, when the days have fallen in kind of a consistent or a similar day in previous years, but more importantly, understanding the weeks leading up to those important days. 30 to 40% of a retailer's foot traffic within those 10 days is monumental, right? It's incredibly important. So knowing that, what are some of the key dates that we can highlight for our retailers in the audience?
Yeah, so absolutely. So, this year in the US, no surprises here, but once again, Black Friday, November 28th, is anticipated to be the busiest day once again. Black Friday, maybe it's lost a little bit of its luster over the years, but from a share perspective and a traffic volume perspective, it is still the busiest day of the year by almost a factor of two compared to the second busiest day of the holiday season. In Canada, December 26th, Boxing Day or the day after Christmas tops the list. But when we look at the calendar and we apply some of the recent trends, we do anticipate a week of heightened shopping activity really in the week leading up to Christmas, starting on Friday, December 19th, and really all the way through the Saturday after Christmas, are going to be busy days, with 5 of those top 8 days making our top 10 this year.
Wow. Yeah. So important stuff. Really want to make sure that you're paying attention to those dates. And Black Friday, of course, it's not a surprise. We know that that's going to be a busy day, but it's interesting to see how shoppers' behaviors have sort of kind of shifted over the past couple of years, but it's still such a big day to just get out and shop and get some goodies and
Right.
experience that thrill. So so for those of you tuning in, feel free to click the link below to see a full list of our global top 10 busiest days edition. So you can get full visibility into that. And then for just more updates on things like Black Friday performance or just what to expect through the holidays, how to win the holidays as a retailer, be sure to tune in not only next month, but the month of November. We're going to be continuing to put out some information that you guys are definitely not going to want to miss. And then last but not least, we're also excited to continue to share that we're hosting our annual ShopperTrack Analytics Retail Summit right here in Chicago on October 14th. We have an incredibly packed day full of expert-led sessions with retailers and thought leaders in the space. I'm incredibly excited for the audience of retailers that have already registered. Grant and I are going to be hosting our traffic talk for the month of October from that event, which I'm incredibly excited about. So if you're interested, if you want to attend, the window is getting smaller, but we're still taking some registration. So be sure to reach out to us. We'd be happy to send you a link and chat with you about it further. You can always connect with us on LinkedIn as well. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. And Grant, we'll see you in person next month.
Until next time, Jeannie.